From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2463, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. A ham radio operator in Idaho is facing an unprecedented fine from the FCC in a case of interference with emergency responders.
Rejecting the appeal of a ham radio operator who interfered with emergency responders' communications during a forest fire, the FCC is seeking a fine that is unprecedented in such cases. Explaining its $34,000 penalty against the Idaho radio operator, FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel wrote, quote, "You can't interfere with public safety communications," end quote. The FCC action came after finding Jason Frowley, WA7CQ, was not authorized to transmit on the frequency being used by Forest Service firefighters battling the blaze in July of 2021. Although the FCC issued the notice of liability in 2022, they did not adopt the penalty until late December. The agency did not explain the delay. Frowley has acknowledged that he was on the government frequency, 151.145 megahertz, but told the FCC he had no malicious intent and was simply trying to assist the firefighters' aircraft being used to suppress the flames. He told the FCC he cannot afford to pay the penalty and submitted financial documents to support his request. He has asked that the penalty be reduced or eliminated. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
As packet radio gains wider usage among hams involved in emergency communications, one East Coast network is looking to add more nodes to deepen its reach.
Using mostly NVIS range links, the Packet Radio RF Forwarding Network, or TPR-FN, connects standalone nodes and VHF-UHF packet networks to HF bands. The result is efficient, low-bandwidth communication valued for its simple infrastructure and reliability, as well as its interoperability with email, internet gateways, and SMS. Radios, modems, and simple hardware form its backbone. In the U.S., the network reaches as far south as Florida and as far north as Maine. Operators are now hoping to create an NVIS link between Maine and New York and another one between Florida and Virginia. Just as important is its goal of adding more nodes, especially those connecting the East Coast to any states farther west. At present, there is only one node west of the region, and that is in Wisconsin. The network also needs more nodes in the northeastern U.S. Additional details can be found on their website at tprfn.net. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
Amateurs in Germany received the welcome news that their access to the 6 and 4 meter bands is being extended.
The German Regulatory Office for Telecommunications has granted temporary access for 6 meters for Class E license holders at 100 watts between 50 and 50.4 MHz and using reduced power of 25 watts between 50.4 and 52 MHz on a non-interference basis. The trial period lasts until December of 2025 for Class E amateurs, the equivalent of the US General Class Operator. According to the regulator's announcement made in December, full license holders are receiving extended access to 6 meters at the same power levels and 70.150 to 70.210 MHz in the 4 meter band at 25 watts power on a trial basis until December 2026. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news since 1976 at arnewsline.org. With Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, Andy Morrison, K9AWM, Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe, I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 7-3, we'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.